Today I continue with the series of short videos I have been making on the topic of maritime law for mariners. And today's topic is I will discuss the term franchise, which is commonly used in marine insurance. So again, before I start with the video, a quick disclaimer is that I'm not a maritime lawyer. I'm not an expert on maritime law. I'm just an ex-mariner who's providing some notes for mariners who are intending to appear for chief mates and masters written or oral examination in the topic of maritime law. So what is franchise? I will try to explain this with an example here. So franchise is that proportion of the insured value of the ship. The ship is also known as the subject matter. Insured for which the hull underwriters are not liable. So that is the proportion of the insured value of the ship for which the hull underwriters will not pay for. However, if the amount of the franchise is exceeded, then the payment is paid in full by the hull underwriters. So let me discuss an example. So for example, the North of England P&I medical cover has a franchise of 500 US dollars, and for cargo claims the franchise is 1000 US dollars. This means that the first 500 US dollars of each claim is not recoverable under the P&I. So the owner may have to pay this amount, but anything more than $1000 will be paid. So anything more less than $500 is not recoverable and is called the franchise. However, should the amount be exceeded, then the full amount will be paid. All right, so amount more than $500 and not $1000, amount more than $500 in case of medical cover and $1000 in case of cargo claims will be then paid by the insurers. This system acts as a deterrent for claims, so it discourages people for claiming and it thrusts a responsibility for the assured to avoid claims by exercising due diligence. So thus it should be the endeavor of the ship staff. So the ship staff should try, bearing in mind the deductibles and franchise, and in accordance with the sue and labor clause, to always take steps to ensure claims are kept to a bare minimum by exercising due diligence. Every claim only results in premiums being loaded and results in extra financial burden on the ship owners. So further, the concept of claims being immediately reimbursed is also incorrect. The total claim throughout the year is paid it's paid later on. The claims are not immediately reimbursed to the ship owner. Thus the owners receive the reimbursement only after considerable delay. Yet, however, the underwriters send out advance calls based on the amount of claims which has to be paid immediately. So although the owner pays the premiums in advance, in terms of claiming back the premiums, in terms of claiming back the amount due to them, they only obtain it or get it at a later date. So therefore ship staff should be very aware, and the senior officer's role becomes very important in this case, that claims arising, say for example medical claims, or if they can be handled or tackled on the ship, then that's great. But of course if there are serious medical emergencies, then they should be sent ashore. But cargo claims or medical claims that are less than the franchise amount is of course not paid by the insurers, and the owner then has to bear the expenses. So the ship staffs are advised to be mindful of it and operate the vessel and its equipment accordingly. So I thought I'll discuss the amount, this concept of franchise, and how it affects the mariners and the ship owners, because there is some practical application to it as well, especially from a senior officer's point of view. So let me know whether you understood this video or not and the meaning of it. This franchise, if you can understand it even further simply, think about it like an excess amount that is normally included in your insurance documents. So even with a car or a house, if you insure it, the insurers often ask you to fix a excess amount. That excess amount means that anything less than the excess amount is to be paid by you, but anything more than the excess amount is then paid by the insurer. So for example, if you insure a car or a house and you fix an excess amount of $700, and tomorrow if your wall has a hole in it and you want to fix that wall, it could be due to some reason, and the cost of the repair of the wall is $650. So because your excess amount is $700, you will have to pay it from your pocket. The insurer will not pay it. But even if it is $710, then the insurer will step in and pay for the amount excess of the uh, excess amount. Alright, so I tried to explain this both from a shore perspective and a maritime perspective. Let me know what you thought about this video, guys. So bye for now.